Do we need to stop this and start again?
No, sorry.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Happy Friday, everybody.
That proves that we're live.
Do you need like a cough drop or something?
No, I need a cough button. Cough button. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Let us know when you're ready to continue. You're good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Let's cheers again. Let's start again.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
Cheers. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. See, there it is. It's back. It's back. Everything's good.
All right. Well, I'm going to try and keep the party going, even though it's been a big week and we've stayed out past our bedtime or up past our bedtime for most nights this week. We had a Halloween Monday, which, everyone else had to experience that too. So that was a little rough, but hopefully everyone had a good time. And then it was your birthday week. Yesterday was your birthday.
Yesterday was my birthday. Thank you to everybody who reached out and said happy birthday. I appreciate that.
Is it okay if I say how old you are?
Of course.
Okay. So Eric was 52 yesterday, which was a surprise to me because I thought you were 52 this whole year. And not because you look old, just I guess I just didn't do the math or whatever, but I've been under the impression that you've been under 52 the whole year. So to me, you're actually a year younger.
Okay. You want to know a secret? I really don't know how old you are.
Sometimes I forget to.
It's okay.
You sure you don't want to start again?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. So there's a lot going on around town this weekend.
Good.
We're getting into fall festivals and all these other things that happen this time of year.
It gives us something to talk about.
Yes. And today starts San Diego Beer Week.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a 10-day celebration. I guess a beer week is like a baker's dozen. It's 10 days instead of 7.
A 10-day week.
Yes, so it's a 10-day celebration honoring America's finest independent craft brewers. So there's going to be events all over San Diego at different bars and restaurants and wherever you might have beer. So I'm not a huge beer drinker, but there was this one event that kind of sounded good to me. There's a lot of breweries that are unveiling new beers. And this one, it's by a place called California Wild Ales in Ocean Beach. And on Sunday, they're releasing their Bourbon Peach Cobbler Wild Ale. You don't think that sounds good?
It sounds like a lot of things going on in one glass, but okay.
Okay, so they describe it as they rest peaches on a bourbon barrel-aged golden base and add Madagascar vanilla beans and cinnamon sticks.
And you know what I'll bet it tastes like?
What?
Beer.
All right, well, anyway, if I had to pick one beer to try out of all the ones that they're unveiling during Beer Week, that would be the one.
You want to go to Ocean Beach and give it a shot? What day is this?
It's Sunday. No, today is Friday, but
no, I know today is Friday. What day is the beer being?
Sunday they're unveiling the beer.
Sunday,
Yeah,
one day only.
I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Bourbon Peach Cobbler Ale.
Maybe we'll just drink some bourbon and have some peach pie and save ourselves a trip to Ocean Beach. But, who knows? We might
Mix it all together with a Budweiser and call it a day. No.
Okay, so another thing that is happening is it's Fleet Week, which started yesterday.
Yes.
So that's a week of events focused on the U.S. military. The Navy and the Marine Corps, they're going to have a bunch of stuff going on at the port in or around Portside Pier this weekend and in the coming days.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're going to have ships, and you can go and tour them for free. Performances by the Navy and Marine Corps bands, and they're going to have an MRE cooking contest.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're going to challenge teams to create gourmet meals from standard field rations.
Wow.
So
that is a challenge.
Yeah. I've never actually had an MRE, but
didn't we have some of those laying around?
Somebody gave us some for Christmas.
Oh,
or
it was
something.
my brother Matt. He gave us that was like a Christmas gift it was a gift. He gave everybody MREs. I don't know what we did with those.
I don't know. They're probably still up in our attic. That was like 25 years ago. They're probably, I don't know how they are, but
I don't know. I think they're supposed to last a long time.
So on November 11th is going to be the second annual Veterans Day Boat Parade. And they're going to start at Shelter Island, sail by Harbor Island and the Embarcadero, and then cross over to Coronado.
Nice.
So I love a boat parade, any kind of parade really, but a boat parade is, that's a cool thing to see. Gotta
love a parade. So Fleet Week, Veterans Day Boat Parade, 10 days of beer.
Yeah. There's all kinds of fall festivals and stuff happening too. So
wow. Okay. Well,
if you're looking for something to do, there should be plenty of choices.
Or if you have people in from out of town, you can take them and Show them a good time.
Yes.
In a variety of ways and places.
That's right. So we should probably talk about the market briefly.
We had a guy on our YouTube today say that San Diego was what did he say? It was anybody who moved to San Diego was going to be sorry.
They were going to regret it.
They're going to regret it.
We did Eric did a market update, and we've been getting more action on our YouTube channel lately, and also,
trolls.
Yeah. Well, this guy, he seemed to be from Florida, and he had one video posted, and it was of him at a Poison concert in Florida.
Yes.
So I'm not sure why he's commenting on San Diego real estate videos, but he said that anyone who moves to San Diego will regret it.
I think he's just jealous.
Well, I don't know. we moved to San Diego,
almost 21 years ago.
Don't regret it so far, but according to this guy,
I have not regretted it.
Well,
up market, down market, sideways market, doesn't really matter because I'm in San Diego, baby.
Well,
and it's Fleet Week.
All right, anyway, are you trying to distract us from talking about the market?
No, I'm trying to antagonize this Florida guy.
Oh.
Come on, buddy. Let's have it out.
You're trying to get into it with the trolls?
Yeah. Well, it's easy to be a tough guy when you know your opponent is in Florida. We're probably not going to come to fisticuffs.
And you have a block button.
Yes, exactly.
It comes down to it. Okay.
No, I'm not trying to avoid talking about the market.
Let's just get it over quickly. Rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Sure. The market is the market.
Okay. I have one little good thing to say.
Okay,
It's just sort of good. It's, but okay, so interest rates, they went down a little bit this week.
Yep, little bit.
Now we're under 7% on a 30-year fixed. So,
By a bit, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a bit of good news.
Yeah, I mean, that was positive news, and that shows that the 3/4 point hike that the Fed just did was already kind of baked into the casserole.
Priced in somewhat.
It's already baked into the mortgage casserole.
And there's also an element of supply and demand with mortgage rates.
Right.
Nobody's applying for mortgages. Well, the banks are a business; they need customers. So
that is true too. Yes, they're definitely in business to make money, and if people aren't initiating new transactions, that will back the rates down a bit.
There's only so far they can go with it because they're still, up against the prime rate and other forces.
They're not going to pay you to borrow the money.
Unfortunately.
Although, if you look at the prime rate, which I believe is somewhere in the 3s, and then you see mortgage rates in the high 6s, that's a lot of markup going on there.
Well, hopefully,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's room for rates to stabilize or.
Well, I think what I've been talking to people in the industry and picking people's brains and trying to find out what people I respect think about what's happening. And there's a lot of what's going to happen with rates in January that really hinges on not necessarily what the Fed does in December, but what they say.
Like the forward guidance?
What they say about what they're doing. If they signal that there's going to be a pivot soon, then that means that the treasuries and everything will do what they're supposed to do, and then mortgage rates can come down a bit. And if they signal that there isn't going to be a pivot, that might be bad, because it seems like industry experts are expecting this sort of a commentary next month, that there's going to be not that they will raise rates again, but it depends on what J-Pow depends on what he says. But in terms of that's Jerome Powell, for those of you who don't speak this hip.
For those of you who don't spend a lot of time talking about the chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Right. Anyway, so San Diego, stewing about it.
Better word.
So San Diego real estate, what's happening here locally? Not much different. New listings continue to be very low. Inventory continues to be about the same, and about half of that inventory has been on the market more than 30 days, which shows you that sellers are really trying to hold the line on their prices, and I really don't know how that's going to work out for them.
It's kind of, I don't know if we talked about this last week, maybe we just talked about it amongst ourselves, but it's kind of like, in one of those westerns where you've got somebody at one end of the dusty road and the other one at the other end, and they're both
about to draw, but nobody will really draw.
I think we did talk about this.
I think we might have.
Anybody who's used to hanging out with us knows that we like to recycle the same tired old stories over and over again. So
this is true.
Sorry, folks.
Recycling of tired old stories is kind of what we do.
Anyway, continue.
Yes. I used to drive for an elderly couple, and when I was in college, that was a job that I found on the job board, and I wound up driving for them quite a bit. And they had been married, I don't know, 65 years or something. You want to talk about recycled, tired old stories. They told the same ones over and over again, and sometimes I feel like them because we're doing the same thing. And I imagine as we get older, it'll only get worse, so keep watching. Sorry, I digress. Yes, new listings down. Pending sales were up a little bit this week, just a little bit. And standing inventory is about the same. So, I mean, the market is about the same. And I did some sort of analysis this week looking at different zip codes and trying to figure out exactly how far prices have pulled back since the peak of the market. And, in some neighborhoods, it's quite a bit. You're talking $150,000 on a 1.1 or $1.2 million house. That's like it's like $1 an hour. I don't know how much.
$1 an hour. That's about right.
I don't know what percent.
That's a Napoleon Dynamite
Yes,
reference for
it
those
is.
of you who aren't Napoleon Dynamite fans.
Right. So, prices have definitely pulled back quite a bit, and right now we're just at this sort of stalemate between buyers and sellers, and there's a pretty wide gap. I mean, I'll take a buyer to see a house. Let's just say the house is $800,000, and the buyer will say something like, "Let's offer, I don't know, $650," and I'm like, "That's $100,000."
They bought the house for $705.
Right, exactly. The seller bought it for $705, and most people don't care what the seller bought it for, but the seller does care. And sellers are still in this sort of mindset where they're thinking, this thing might take off again.
Well, it's tough.
It is tough to let it. Well, I mean, what's tough for a lot, and there are a lot of investor properties out there, a lot of them. In fact, I mean, I don't know what the percentage is. I could figure that out, but it's a lot. And so the problem, and a lot of people are saying, well, it's an investor and they're not going to just hang on and lose their shirt. They're going to be smart about it and cut and run. But that's a very hard thing for an individual investor to do. So imagine that you purchased a home in May and you spent $80,000 fixing it up. And now somebody's telling you that you need to take an offer that's less than what you paid for it before you put in the $80,000. You're saying, wait a minute, I spent 3 months of my life supervising a project and spending $80,000 only to now write another check to close this deal.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing even for a seasoned investor to do. It's like selling a stock that you bought at 10 and the stock is now at 6 and somebody's telling you got to take that price.
Well, yeah.
The inclination is to hang on.
I bought like 10 shares of Party City stock last month, and I intended it to be just a quick, fun swing trade, and it keeps going down and down. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to ride it all the way to the bottom. So
going to ride that sucker into the ground.
That's right.
Good for you. See, there you go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Because I've got a couple of investors as sellers, and that's kind of, I mean, they want that money back, and who wouldn't? And at the same time, the buyers are saying, I don't care. I can wait for another house to come along. And if there were more homes on the market, if there were more new listings coming on the market, I think this would be playing out a lot more quickly than it is. But because of the low inventory now, it's taking a really long time to play out, and it's painful for buyers, it's painful for sellers,
painful for real estate agents.
Yeah, I didn't.
Or their families.
Right. Well, you didn't make me say it. It's painful all around, and the mood around the office is, Subdued. Yeah, that's a good word for it. There's definitely nobody, dancing in the aisles, and there's a lot of people out there that are like, good, you guys make too much money already. come on. Where every realtor is, just somebody out there doing a job.
Most don't make as much money as you might think. But
absolutely not.
Anyway.
But, every one of us, whether you're a realtor, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever you happen to be, an engineer, architect, you work at Costco,
street
sweeper, trash collector. We're all just trying to grind out a living and chase our dreams. And, so I don't know why anyone would...
Cowboy,
yeah. I don't know why anyone would wish anyone else ill will. But I think a lot of it is just driven by a perception of what that particular profession is.
Shoe factory worker.
People like to make fun of attorneys, and you'll hate attorneys until you need one, and then you're going to be like, I love you, man, help me out. So anyway, that's all I had to say.
Those people who draw the little graphics on the caution signs, which someone's getting their finger pinched in a fence.
If I had it all to do over again, I would be that guy. That would be
the guy getting pinched in the fence, or the guy drawing the picture?
The person designing the graphics. That's a fun job.
Signs, yeah.
Like where the one where you risk of electrocution and you've got the lightning bolt like stabbing.
You're not supposed to climb the electrical tower. Oh
right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Somebody's like, it's a stick figure in a contorted position with a bolt of lightning.
Yeah, that would be the way to go if you had it to do all the way over again.
Anyway,
okay.
As Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say about that.
All right, so let's move on. Okay, so Wallet Hub, which for some reason seems to have endless ideas for pointless surveys about different cities, came up with a new one. 2022's best foodie cities in America.
Ooh, foodie.
Yes, so foodie is a person who enjoys gourmet dining.
Yeah, that's foodie. Okay. Somebody who likes food, like all of us, maybe?
Well, I guess some
of us are more foodie than others.
Right.
Some of us are okay eating a Swanson Hungry Man dinner, and some of us want to go out and get the best burrito in California.
All right, well, anyway.
Sorry.
They used 29 key indicators of foodie friendliness.
Okay.
Like accessibility of high-quality restaurants and food festivals per capita.
Oh.
So San Diego was in the top 10 at number 10.
Okay.
So we're number 10 in the nation for foodie-friendly cities.
We often manage to find our way into the top 10 on these Wallet Hub surveys.
So number 1 is Portland.
Again. Portland.
So I don't know what's up with Wallet Hub, but they seem to have always Portland in the top 3 or so, no matter what they're talking about. And I don't recall ever I don't recall ever going to Portland. So
I don't think we have been.
I'm thinking maybe Wallet Hub must be based in Portland or something, but...
I don't know, but I know that a friend of, Rue, my trainer, our friend Rue.
Yes, Rue, good guy.
R-O-O, Rue, as in, Rue.
I use his supplements before I work out and sometimes after.
Rueformant supplements are excellent if you're looking for a good high quality fitness supplement. But Rue was just in Portland last weekend, and he said that the concentration of food trucks was pretty incredible.
Okay, so he might be on board with number 1 for Portland.
Yes, and he also mentioned that a lot of these places were within walking distance of wherever he was. I think he was staying. I don't remember where he said he was staying, but Portland, by all accounts, is a quite walkable city with lots of dining options.
Okay, well, maybe their number 1 ranking is legitimate.
Perhaps.
So number 2 was Orlando, Florida. I've never been there, but I can imagine they probably have a lot of stuff for all the tourists who are coming in. And
yes.
Number 3, Miami, Florida. Again, I've never been to Miami. So I do have...
Party in the city where the heat is on.
All night on the beach till the break of dawn?
That's correct.
Okay. So I do have issues with some of the other ones in the top 10 that beat San Diego. Number 8, Tampa, Florida. I've been to Tampa, Florida before. We've been to Tampa, Florida before. And we have probably the most horrific dining story that we've ever experienced was in Tampa, Florida.
Correct.
And I'm not saying that, that should cast a shadow on the rest of Tampa, but I don't recall the rest of it being that great either. Although this was like 20 years ago.
22 years ago.
22 years ago.
Maybe, yeah.
So maybe it's gotten better since then.
Perhaps, but
And that's a
doubt
really
it.
long story. We probably shouldn't tell it now. But if you really want to know, ask us in the comments, and maybe we'll come back later.
Yeah.
But we had it was a bad dining experience.
I have a hard time believing that Tampa, Florida is more of a quote unquote foodie city than, say, San Diego.
Yeah. Okay, so number 6, Sacramento. I don't know. I mean, my grandma was from Sacramento, and we used to go visit her there. And I haven't spent a lot of time in Sacramento, but do you think it's better than San Diego?
Well, as far as food, I mean, I don't know. I was just in Sacramento, not last weekend, but the weekend before, and
How did you find the dining to be?
Well, we went to a place. I looked at the menu. The cheeseburger was $25, so I passed on eating there and went to In-N-Out Burger afterwards.
Okay.
But I mean, that was not. I mean, I don't know if we're talking down, because that was not downtown. What I do know about Sacramento downtown is that during the week, it's hustle and bustle, especially when the California legislature is in, and when they're out, it's kind of a ghost town. So I don't know. I mean, if Wallet Hub wants to say Sacramento is a more foodie friendly city than San Diego, I guess.
I guess it's their survey. They can say whatever they want.
Right.
Okay, so number 7, Seattle. Now, you were recently in Seattle.
Yes.
So how would you compare the dining? And I know, John, our son John, he's a foodie, right?
He is,
there's no doubt about it. He loves food. He's a good cook. He, has a somewhat sophisticated palate.
Yes.
He's a foodie. Probably the most foodie of any of the people in our family.
Right.
So what did you guys think compared to San Diego?
I could see, I could see... There was definitely some more eclectic stuff going on than I'm seeing in San Diego, in the downtown area. Just different stuff that you wouldn't necessarily expect or have seen before. Like the place where we ate breakfast that one morning, they had homemade crumpets, which is a crumpet is real similar to an English muffin. And they had homemade crumpets where they would, top it with, an egg and bacon or some other topping, savory, sweet.
How about a donut? Could you top it with a donut?
Top a crumpet with a donut? I don't think this place had that. But
okay. All right.
Anyway, I guess, there's an argument to be made that Seattle is a slightly more foodie city than San Diego.
Okay, so maybe.
But I don't know if we're talking the core city or the outlying neighborhoods.
They didn't specify.
Because San Diego, when you talk about San Diego, you're talking about, there's downtown San Diego, and then there's, 41 other neighborhoods in the city of San Diego.
If you're counting Barrio Logan
right.
or some other areas where
I just don't know how deep Wallet Hub is digging. I think maybe Wallet Hub needs to just dig down a little more. Go to OB, go to PB, go to Barrio Logan.
They're just phoning it in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're just looking for clicks, and I think maybe, I don't know. I feel like maybe we're driving this into the ground.
We're taking it too seriously.
Yes.
Okay, so number 9 was Las Vegas.
Okay.
And maybe I might concede, one spot to Las Vegas, because we've spent a lot of time in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Not really recently, but over the years. And
a lot of food
There's
there.
a lot of food stuff going on there. Oh no, I just lost my notes. They fell off. That's okay. I think that was the end.
Okay, good.
I don't have any other notes. So, Las Vegas. We used to go there all the time, but
yeah, a lot of time, yeah.
For me, Las Vegas kind of turned the corner when they started charging for parking on the Strip.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, and I think this might be a story we've already told.
Might be.
Yeah.
Again,
we're rehashing old stories. But you used to be able to just park wherever you wanted. You pull into the parking garage and go in and do whatever you're going to do, and you don't have to worry about your car. And it's not like that anymore.
No. Every casino you got to pay for parking.
It just doesn't work for me.
Nope. Me either. And of course, we had they're not kids.
They used to be kids. They don't like to be called kids anymore.
They're young people. We have young people
Teenagers,
in the house.
right.
Yeah, people who aren't 21 who can't gamble. And not that we like to gamble, but if you're in Las Vegas and you're not 21, it can be a drag.
Well, yeah, there's some things you can do, but...
And it can be a drag for the people who are 21. Anyway.
Right. Our daughter, Alexandra, says that she wants to go night clubbing in Las Vegas for her 21st birthday. She's just about to turn 13.
I'm starting a savings fund for that now.
Well, I told her that I would take her, which,
Good,
I mean,
of
I'll
course.
go clubbing in Vegas, no problem. I can pull that off. But then she said that she wanted all 4 of us to go. So apparently we're supposed to go clubbing as a family for her 21st birthday.
Well, I'll start working on losing weight to look better now.
You just need like a black suit, black t-shirt, you know, you can keep the beard and this whole look, so.
Maybe I can get a thick gold chain.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, okay. Or at least a fake, you know.
Maybe a bracelet.
Yeah, gold plated. There you go. Okay, so all this food talk has made me hungry.
Yes.
I think we should probably cut it off before we start telling any more old recycled stories.
Yes, before we start repeating stories that people are like, hey, wait a minute, I've heard this one
You just
before.
said that 5 minutes ago. Okay, so are we done here?
I believe so.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for stopping by. It's nice chatting with you.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Yes. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.